Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 7. So Module 7 is the module where you will finish and submit your definition essay. This is the same essay that we've been working on for the past 2 modules. So you should have feedback on the discussion board, your initial post that you made where you decided on what topic that you were going to write about. You'll have some feedback there. If what you chose was not an abstract concept, then I would have left feedback there. You may need to change it in order to write the outline. This previous module, Module 6, you wrote the outline for your essay, so you'll have feedback on that as well. So you might want to look and see whether or not your thesis is a good plan, whether or not your main points are a good plan, and make changes if you need to. You can always send me an email or have me look over a draft of your essay if what you planned on doing wouldn't really work for the assignment. You may want to redo the outline just so that I can give you some feedback on your new plan. But basically what we're doing this week is just getting that essay written. So give yourself plenty of time to draft it. We are not doing a peer edit for this one, which means that you do need to spend some time just editing your draft and that kind of thing, making sure that you leave yourself enough time to go and read through and proofread. So I've got some stuff in here for you. I've got the definition essay assignment again, just as a reminder of what we're working on. The criteria of the assignment are important. There's plenty of students who don't ever look at the criteria again before they submit the essay, and so there's obviously, this is what you're being graded over. If you don't meet these criteria, you're not going to get a very good grade. So things like using one source, but a dictionary does not count as a source. That kind of thing, making sure you have the works cited page, making sure you have appropriate information. You can use first person in this essay, so first person personal experience, which is kind of part of the assignment, is picking a word or phrase or term that you have personal experience with so that you can discuss your personal opinion around it. And then you want to be avoiding second person because it's not about the reader. So make sure that you have all of that. I've got some places where you can go look for sources. I've got a link to the library databases here if you're looking for sources to use. Library databases are pretty easy to use. We've got kind of a overall search bar right here, or you can go to a specific type of database if you kind of know where you want. Credo reference is good for this one because it's similar to Wikipedia, but is not, it's more credible than Wikipedia. It pulls from a lot of dictionary and encyclopedia type sources. So it's really good vetted information. So you can go directly to Credo reference, or you can just search everything. So if my term is, I don't know, justice or something is my abstract term, and then I can just search for that as a whole, it'll bring up every source that they have related to justice. Sometimes you'll have a research starter, which usually comes from some kind of encyclopedia source that gives you an overview. One of the things that you may want to do is limit to full text online. That way you know all of the information that you get, you can also access. So all these sources down here, you can see you can access the PDF full text. They also have, what's really nice about using database sources is they have a cite button, and so you click on that and you scroll down and oops, I skipped it. MLA 9th edition, you can just copy and paste there. For the most part, they're accurate. There are some that don't quite show up correctly, but for the purposes of this class, I usually tell students just copy and paste it. It's going to be better than what you might come up with. So sometimes you'll get a lot of stuff that's not really helpful. You may have to narrow down your search terms so that we get you know, things that, like, this is a lot of textbooks, ebooks, which that's going to be a lot of information for such a short essay. I might want articles, I may want something shorter. This research starter will work really well for me because it should give an overview. When you click on something, you usually can kind of see the page where it just tells you what it's about, and then you also have that cite button on the side again. But to access the text, you'll have HTML or PDF full text, and then you have to sign in. You sign in using your Allen username and password. So for me, it's letters. Yours will be numbers, and it'll be your same password that you log into other places for Alan. And then once you've logged in for a session, you should only have to log in the one time, and then you can access all the information for that source. So this would be a good one to use. So those are the databases. I also have a link to the Mayo Clinic and NPR. Those are also good places just for general information, kind of depending on your topic for your essay. And then I also have some MLA documentation examples. The Rules for Writers textbook is in 8th edition MLA. Technically we are in 9th edition, but there's not a whole lot of differences between the two. Just a couple of things to remember. You'll need to make sure that you have the title of the work, as well as the website and author if you have a person's name, and a date. If you don't have a date of publication, then you have the date of access that you'll put right here. And no matter what you find, whatever source it is, when you cite it in the paper, so when you write about it in the paper and you make a reference to it, you always use the first part of the works cited entry. And that's something that's really important that a lot of students make mistakes on. It's got to be the first part. You're not going to use Mayo Clinic. You're not use mayoclinic.org or diseases and conditions. You're going to use generalized anxiety disorder. That's what you'll use every single time you reference this source. You use the same thing. Now you can include Mayo Clinic, like I have here, but generalized anxiety disorder, generalized, that's what's going to take us back to this source on the works cited page. So students, as you are reading, so the reader, as they look back at your essay, you look at the source in the paper, they look to the works cited page to try and figure out which source it is. You want to use the first part of the works cited entry. So that's something really important to remember. This is the spot where you turn in the definition essay. I have the link back to the criteria sheet, list of criteria, formatting, and then of course the grading rubric down here at the bottom, which will help you see whether or not you have done that correctly. So this is the module. Like I said, we're spending the whole units just working on the draft of the essay. I will put another link to the online writing lab in this module as well, so that just as a reminder, you can use BrainFuse if you want to get some feedback from the online writing lab, and you can also email me if you want feedback from me. So hopefully you are doing well, and have a great week.